What's up guys, my name is Jared and I play guitar and sing in Citrus, and we get a lot of questions about how we're able to make the most out of our rehearsal space and do things like multicam live stream to various social media platforms, MIDI sync an 8-piece band while still being able to stay light on our feet in an improv scenario and record high quality audio of rehearsals. So that's what this video is about. Without further ado, let's get into it. So right here we have the heart and soul of this entire operation. This is our in-ear monitors rack. We have a Behringer X32 rack mounted mixer. We have a Midas DL16 stage box, a seismic audio splitter, a couple Shure PSM 300 stereo in-ear monitor units, and some Furman power conditioners. And this is really what powers the entire operation. So how does all this work? Well, we have an audio snake on each wall here, and every single mic, every output coming out of every instrument goes into that snake. From there, that snake will travel the distance on the outside or perimeter walls here, and it's going to come into an audio breakout that plugs into the front of our in-ear monitor rack. And what that allows us to do is each member has stereo in-ear monitors and individual mixes that they are able to control from their phone. So the reason it's so important for us to have our individual mixes is because different people like different things. They want to hear more of something or less of something. For example, I want to hear my vocals as loud as I can possibly get them, but Trevor on drums, he might not. Another really cool thing about in-ear monitors is that we can utilize something called a Talkback mic. Now what this allows us to do is to communicate internally with every single member of the band without the audience being cued into what's being said. So we can talk about things like, what song should we play next? Or, hey, the audience is really enjoying what we're doing, why don't we stay in this vibe for a little while? So for instance, this is my vocal mic. This will be going out to the audience, or in this instance, it'll be going to the live stream so people who are watching can hear us, but this one is not. This is for internal use only. Something that we use every single time we're in this room is this, the Focusrite iTrack dock. Now, before we had stereo in-ear monitors, we used to record all of our rehearsals onto Voice Memos in an iPhone, and we still do, only the quality's a lot better. The way that works is from our in-ear monitor rack, we take a front of house left-right via XLR, around the perimeter of the room, into this mixer, TRS out, into the Focusrite. And the cool thing about that is the whole time that I've been talking, Owen and Luke have been jamming. How's that for convenience?
Hello, I'm Connor and I play auxiliary percussion. You might be looking at the stuff around me thinking, Connor, that's not a tambourine. Although I do have one of those. All of this stuff does different things in our studio, and what you just saw was an example of how we use MIDI syncing to send time code all over the studio so that all of our instruments and digital effects stay in time. I use Ableton in my setup, and that's mostly so that I can run loops. Like if we're playing live, I can bring in a shaker or a tambourine, keeping my hands free, being able to play the congas. Or if we're in the studio, I can use this tablet to run our live stream, or this other screen, which controls the lights, all while percussion loops are happening, and I don't have to stop playing just so I can do all these other things. It gives me more hands than I have. The other cool thing about Ableton is it allows you to connect to external devices. So when you're running loops, you kind of want to be on a grid, or else the tambourine's going to come in and it's going to sound weird because it's not going to be in time with everything else. So how we do that is this little box over here, and there's this plugin that takes the tempo data from Ableton and puts it in this little box. It's called a Midronome. It's super cool. We actually were part of the Kickstarter campaign for this. So if Simon, if you're watching, hook us up with a new one. We got the Gen 1. Once everything goes to the Midronome, it goes to the splitter that we have in like veins in a brain. It spreads out and goes to all the synths and hardware. and keeps everything in time. But you don't always want to be on a grid. We're not a pop band, we're a funk band. We like to improvise and we like to slow down and speed up. So using the Midronome gives us the opportunity to bring it in and bring it out. We can be on a click sometimes, we can be off a click sometimes, and we can be dynamic, and we don't have to be locked in to anything, because what we want to do is be able to be fully creative and improvise and just do whatever we want, whenever we want. And this specific setup helps us do that. Cut that shit right now, that was money. So at all times, MIDI tempo data is being sent out of our Midronome here. If I unmute the click, you can hear what speed it's at. With this knob, I can speed it up, or I can go into Ableton and slow it down. And if we finish a song and I want to turn the click off, how do we maintain tempo when the band members can't hear the click?
We do that by using this MXR tap tempo pedal. So what this allows us to do is, say we play a song at 100 beats per minute, and then after the song, Connor turns the click off in our ears, but we still want to maintain sync across our effects such as delay or arpeggiators. Trevor starts speeding up or slowing down the tempo. I can tap this in sync with Trevor's drums, and what that'll do is it'll continue to send MIDI data via TRS back out to the Midronome, which will then go out to our MIDI splitter, or as we call it, our MIDI splitty, and that is how we are able to maintain sync across all of our instruments with or without a click track.
One thing we've been having a lot of fun experimenting with lately is live streaming. As you can see, we have all of these cameras around the studio, and they're actually our cell phones, because cameras are expensive. Why not use the expensive camera you already have in your pocket? All of those are getting piped along the floor and along the walls and through the ceiling and everywhere, all the way over to our ATEM Mini Pro ISO video switcher, which is a super cool piece of gear. It lets you see everything that's coming in on this side over here. These are the camera feeds coming in, and then on this monitor, you can see what's going out to the stream. Right now, it's just a holding slide, but I can control this. This is OBS, by the way, and I'm using Stream Deck to control everything. I can switch over to our main scene, and now you can see what's going out to the stream. With this as well, I can change which camera we're looking at. I can change everything. I have effects. I have wiggles here, which are super cool. And I even have a room camera, which if I get into position here, you can see the whole room. And I'm waving over here. We like the ATEM a lot because it allows us not only to pipe video into OBS for streaming, but it can record all of the different camera feeds separately on a hard drive if we want to. So if we wanted to do an in-studio footage of us singing a song, playing a song, doing whatever, we can record that and we don't have to edit it later. It just records all the switches that we did in person, which is awesome. And with Stream Deck and this computer, I can control everything from my setup while still being able to play music. And I'll show you what it looks like over here. I've got a screen, which is just an extended display of that computer, and I'm just watching the output of the stream. But I can also access OBS and do whatever over here. And I think that's it's pretty neat. Another cool thing that we've done in the studio that has been a big project that we've worked really hard on is putting this lighting rig in here. We don't really have time in this video to talk about the whole thing, but I want to show you what it does because it is super cool. Look at this. Boom! Disco ball. Let's go. We can do this. We can do this. We can do all kinds of stuff. And it's super fun and super cool. Let us know if you want to see a video breaking it down how all that works.
All right, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in and coming on this studio tour journey with us. And we just want to leave you with this. We've been a band for nearly a decade, and it was not always what you see here today. When we first got our start, it was in a storage unit in Everett. We had no heat, no AC, no security. We were powering the entire room off of daisy-chained power strips going into 2 wall outlets. It was not as elegant and as badass as what you see here today, which is the culmination of striving for innovation, always trying to find that next thing that excites us and streamlines our process. And this is something that we are very proud of, and this is not something that we want to hold on to. This is information we want to share. So with that being said, if there's anything that you're curious about that you saw in this video that you would like a deeper explanation about, we would love to do that. Just let us know in the comments. And with that, we love you. We hope to see you at a show or at a live stream soon. Peace.